Hey everybody, Madeline here to talk about this Venus squaring Uranus and Pluto squaring Mars, which is happening today, exact, and it is definitely related and connected to the eclipses. So, with a Venus squaring Uranus, there could be upsetting news or information either around relationships or finances or both. And then we have the Mars squaring Pluto, which could catalyze or inspire some sort of aggressive, hostile, scary responses. So with an eclipse, you really want to stay totally unengaged. Now, the other thing is we have Saturn opposite this eclipse, and Saturn wants us to have discipline, non-reactivity, self-control. That's discipline, detachment. And these sorts of energies are the energies that stimulate the changes and the advancement in, or shall we say, the acceleration of our destiny. That's what Eclipse Gateway does, is it accelerates our destiny, and the changes that our life and the pivots that our lives need to take happen during eclipse gateways. So these sorts of transits are powerful transits that are really shifting our destiny. And Siren, one thing to watch out for with a Mars square Pluto are accidents. There is a lot of demonstrations and sort of um, revolt, or shall we say, revolutionary type energy opening up on these Mars square Plutos as well. So, but it can indicate potential violence. So it is a good time to not go out and engage in any sort of big public demonstrations right now because there is a potential for violence in these energies. The other thing you want to stay away from is drinking and driving or going out tonight and living it up because Mars square Pluto, really, here it is. Now, this is at the end degree of Libra, which is a debilitated Mars. So there's people losing their tempers, people not really in self-control. And you see it is across Chiron, so people could get triggered emotionally into feeling combative. So this is where we're being tested with this karma, because the karma we're clearing is to not respond in connections and in relationships with a hostile, or shall we say combative energy. We're learning to have more empathic understanding with our connections. So Mars squaring Pluto with the Venus squaring Uranus is testing our ability to keep our center cool and to shift our responses. So it's sort of like these are tough transits to test us to see that do we respond in a healed, secure, patient, detached way. Um, so these are not the energies to test out as far as the other way. In other words, you don't want to lose your anger, get angry, drink too much alcohol, get behind a driving or anything, because the ability to really stay in your power with this is really low. So it's like it could get out of hand, let's put it that way. So eclipses, the animals usually hibernate and hide in these energies and sort of find a peaceful rest haven. And I suggest that everyone do that. Now, anything that shows up with that Venus squaring Uranus that's upsetting and triggering, take a lot of detachment around it, because Pluto is in Aquarius, which is that we're here to learn some detachment. And with Chiron in that opposition to Mars, and don't forget Saturn opposition this eclipse, it is not easy for a lot of people. I don't underestimate the challenge that comes into these eclipses, where we have to learn to release some habit or some way of operating that isn't good for us. So it's going to show up, and then we're going to want to change the way we operate during these experiences, finding more, shall we say, ability to control our responses, and to allow the shifts and changes that are occurring in these transits to happen, and to have faith in the changes that are occurring without trying to get in the way or trying to redirect it, because it's not going to work. The force of the universe is at play here. All right, I hope that is helpful. Stay safe. Namaste.